What is the foundation of a marriage or a good relationship? It is always setting boundaries. And what is the main fundamental problem where relationship go haywire? I would say unsaid contract. I'll explain why and how. I speak to many couples who are going through the rough patches, and when I talk to them, they talk about that I'm not happy, right? I'm not happy in this marriage or in this relationship. And when I ask why, what's the problem, and they generally say like, his behavior, I do not feel loved by his behavior. So I generally ask them, or through that conversation, when we head into that conversation, I ask, so what do you do when you do not feel loved? They say that, I start asking, I start nagging, I demanding more, demanding more attention. So what they do, they generally are putting more expectations from the counterpart, right? Now think about from the counterpart. So they are coming into the same space, and they say, oh, I have a nagging partner. I have somebody who is questioning my intent. They have zero clue what the expectations is from them. What they understand, what they see, what they feel is somebody is not happy about their presence, and they become disinterested too. And that's where all things go wrong. That's where things go downhill. That's why it's very important to understand that we need to have boundaries in our relationship, in our marriage. Both of the parties generally are in this situation, getting into a contract which they are not aware of. They do not know the expectations about each other. So whatever they do, however they do, it's never going to save the relationship. Now, if you see all of these things happening in your relationship, it's going downhill, this is a red signal. So let's see, what are those red signals? First of all, the expectations of each other, they are not meeting. So if you expect something from your partner, they are not really doing it. Second thing is, you no longer enjoy each other's presence. Now, this is very important. This is very important to understand that this is a huge red flag as well as the other, because you expect something for them to something to do. For example, oh, they buy me an anniversary gift, oh, they give me flower on dates, oh, they take me out on dates, or they help me in kitchen. It could be anything. Now, these are very, very fundamental problems of any relationship. So what do? Do we have the intent to save the relationship? That's the first thing, right? The second thing is, both of them need to come together in order to do this. This is not one party job. This has to be done by both the parties. Third is, acknowledge the other person that you are married to, or the other person who are you in relationship with is a human being and cannot read your mind. So what do? The first thing that we need to do is break the unsaid contract. So we are going to spell out what exactly do we want, right? So we are going to talk about the expectations that we have, not in an accusatory tone, but rather in a tone where we are inviting them for something. For example, instead of saying, hey, don't you see me here? I'm waiting for you. Instead of saying that, we say, look, I understand you're going through a lot. I understand that we are not in a really great position, but can we at least start talking? Can we, when we come from office, can we take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to talk about a day? Can we start talking about what's going on, what's troubling us, what's troubling me, what's troubling you, what are the things that we need to do, so on and so forth. So what you're doing is inviting the other person into a contract. Now, this contract, which you are establishing, is not unsaid. It's the expectations are known to each other. Both of you are setting a contract. Now, I would say start slowly. No need to go dramatic and drastic and write contracts or setting boundaries about something that, oh, let's having 2 date nights per week. Let's go to movie, once a week. Don't do that. That never works. Instead, start very small. 10 minutes of work, walking together, right? watching a movie once, so on and so forth, right? Now that sometimes we need to go back to the base. Sometimes we need to go to the core, and that was always communication, always those connections, always those small talks. That's where it all started. If you remember, if you go back and think how it all started with small talks. That's what the building blocks of a happy relationship is. So we need to go back there, see what we can do. I've been talking about this contract, but remember, when I say contract, I'm not really saying a legal contract or a social contract or a construct. What I'm saying is setting expectations, setting boundaries. I have seen couple arguing and fighting over neglecting each other, accusing each other of neglecting their presence, to agreeing to have a game time with their friends for in a weekend for some time, right? And this could happen. And when I say contract, the agreement, it could be for anything. It could be spending time together, getting help in the kitchen. It could be raising a kid together, right? It could be for sharing financial burdens. It could be for anything, right? Depending on the situation that you are in, depending on the kind of relationship that you are in and the problem that you are in. It can be anything. It can start slowly and then you can progress from there. And as I said, of course, it's only possible when both the parties are in this contract. It cannot be one-ended contract, right? Then it will end up at the same place. So we need to have a contract which are setting a boundaries, which is agreeable by the both parties, which is respected by the both parties. If you're struggling, remember, you should always reach out to professional help, and it could help you more. You can always reach out to me. You can reach out to me on the given email in the description, and I can help you. I would love to talk to you. I understand sometimes all you need is to be heard. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to know more about your mind and behavior, then separating from your behavior. I help you do that. And thank you. Stay safe. Stay healthy.